One of the hardest things to do after you realize you're in a relationship with a narcissist, after you see the patterns, you see their behavior, you see the lack of empathy, you see how they project, how they gaslight, how they manipulate and triangulate, and you connect those dots and you put the pieces together, the pieces of the puzzle together, and you see that this person is a narcissist. You see the videos and you feel validated. You feel like the videos are explaining your life, like it's describing your life, like the people in the videos you watch have some kind of inside view into what's happening in your relationship and how you feel. And you realize that this person has destructive patterns and that they're not going to change. There's every indication based on everything that you've seen that this person is not going to change. The hardest thing to do at that point is to get out of the fantasy. The reason for that is because that fantasy doesn't just represent the love that you have for the narcissist. It represents the way that you see yourself and the way that you see the relationship, the way you see the entire narrative of your life. Because if you were invested in this person, if you loved this person, you built a whole life around that person. And that's not something you can just snap your fingers and intellectually walk away from. There's a depth of the person you thought they were, the person you thought you were, and the narrative that you thought you were in. And the process of grieving that narrative is a painful process. And there's no way around that. And the way our brains are set up, we're either running towards pleasure or getting away from pain. That's just how our brains are set up. And so when you look at the choice to believe in the fantasy narrative, to believe that it's true, is actually kind of a seductive belief to have that this person really does love me. This person really can change. And maybe I actually was the problem. It can be seductive because it induces a certain amount of pleasure and hope that the life that you imagined with this person can actually happen. And the alternative is the arduous task of rebuilding your life, building a whole new life, brick by brick. And when you consider the choice between those two, it's like the blue pill and the red pill. The blue pill puts you back into the fantasy, back into the matrix, and you can believe whatever you want to believe. And it goes back to what Cypher said in the movie The Matrix: ignorance is bliss. But that red pill that Morpheus presents in the Matrix, that wakes you up to a whole new reality where you have all of these obstacles and challenges, there's adversity, and there's a dedication to reality that the world that you thought you lived in does not exist. And that painful truth puts you in a position that requires you to rebuild your life brick by brick. And that's why the choice between the two makes it really hard to just say, you know what, I've seen behind the mask, I see who this person is, and I accept reality for what it is. But the thing that really helps you when you are faced with these two choices is understanding that it's a process. It's not something that's just going to snap and you get it overnight. You just gradually build the life that you want. And you look at what makes you feel authentic. What feels authentic to you? What feels true for you? And you inch by inch work toward building that type of life. Some days you're going to feel like it. Some days you're not going to feel like it. But you want to you want to train your emotions. You want to get your emotions in check. Use logic to get your emotions in check, to gradually, inch by inch, work toward that life you want to build. And when you think about that inch by inch, it reminds me of something Les Brown always says. He says, by the yard, it's hard, but inch by inch, anything is a cinch. And that's the way you have to think about it.